Welcome to vlogmas number 2. This is definitely not what I intended vlogmas number 2 or like any of vlogmas really to be, but in a weird way I think that it's really beneficial that it falls now and I take this time to really just let you guys in on what is going on in my mind and my head the past week or so, just like the past couple months really in general. Definitely want vlogmas to be happy and fun and, you know, creative and my family and laughs and smiles and all that goodness, but it's really hard for me to record those things and go through those moments when I'm not feeling 100% myself. I know it's beneficial for me because then I feel like I can move forward, but hopefully it's beneficial for you because the last thing I would ever want is for anyone who sees my content to think that everything is, why am I getting emotional? That everything is, you know, happy and I hate to use the word, but perfect. I'm like, it is so not perfect. It is so not perfect. And I know I say that and then I forget that I say that because then I look at other people on Instagram and I'm like, well, they're happy and they're doing great and they're making these memories and they're dancing around, and I forget that social media isn't real. So anyways, I have been in a rut. I've been feeling really overwhelmed and just kind of very much so in my head for the past, I probably want to say for like the past week or so. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that my content maybe on stories has been like up there, and especially with the sales, like I covered that, but in terms of shooting content and like posting outfits, which I usually post every day, like I've posted 2 photos in the past week, which I know it's gonna sound silly to some, but like it really does give me anxiety because I usually post every single day, and at the end of the day this is my job, and you know, you show up for your job, for your work every day, and here I am not really showing up. I just feel like I'm not motivated really. The weather, the content, I'm like, where are we going? Like no one is going anywhere. Why I can't even think of outfits. I'm like, what the heck am I gonna wear? Because I live in a robe, I live in a big hoodie sweatshirt, I live in sweats. But then there are little moments where I'm like inspired and I'm like, ooh, that looks cute and I really like that. So it's been a mix, but like a really big internal struggle because I'm showing on the outside, you know, this is a really cute outfit and this is on sale and I love this and I love that, and I do, but I'm also like, don't buy any of this because this is all like not necessary. So that has been probably like one of my biggest things that I've been struggling with internally. The other thing has been just like I said, just like watching everyone just constantly create content and share and do fun things, and I'm just like, it's like the more that I watch other people, the less I do for myself, and it's really gotten to me. So that's that. I did end up writing a list. I actually recorded a little bit of these thoughts yesterday when I was really like in the moment, but after that I ended up journaling and I cleaned my room and I FaceTimed my mom, my sister, and I talked through it, and I felt so much better that I actually made a list of like the things that I kind of wanted to talk about. 2020 is the most absurd year, and I know so many people have had beautiful blessings, and I know that so many people have had tragedies and just a really, really tough year. And some people have had both, oh God, combined. And so my heart goes out to you if you've had a really, really tough year, and my heart explodes for you with happiness if, you know, you've had an amazing year. But the things that I'm about to share are really so personal to me, and again, like it might sound silly to you, but it's just, I don't know, I'm just letting you in, and I'm like a little nervous because the last thing I want you to do is be like, oh God, this girl is just, you know, so whatever, like her issues are so minimal, but they're real and it's what I'm going through. So, okay, anyways, let's just start. The first thing that I have is that I feel like I constantly have to provide content, which I kind of just already talked about. It's my work, it's my job, and it's really hard when your face is your job and your personality is your job, and you have to show up every day physically with, you know, heightened moods, and you have to create content because that's your job, that's what you're there for. And when I'm not in it, I really have a hard time faking it. So, and then also like with me on Instagram and also YouTube, like vlogging or anything that I do, it's my life is my work and my work is my life. And there's really, like the past year, I've really struggled with like putting a divide between what is work and what is life, because I share my family, but my family is my life. But that also, you know, they kind of sweep into the work area. And so for me, I'm like, how the heck am I really ever going to make that divide? And so I'm kind of like trying to figure it out. And I don't know, I want to, you know, if you have any advice, let me know. But I think that I just need to talk to people and kind of figure out like, how do they stop sharing? Because I don't know, the more I share, the more we get to connect and relate to one another. But then at what cost? Like, I feel like I never really put down my phone because everything is like everything can be shared. You know what I mean? Maybe you don't, I don't know. I don't really know if I'm making any sense, but that's just one thing. The other thing is wanting to be more present, but not at all. This is something that I really struggle with. And if you have been with me on Instagram the past couple of weeks, I've really been talking about being present and making memories, because one of my biggest fears has become not making memories without a camera, without a phone, without anything technology related. Like, how do we make like, I don't know, if maybe I'm just in my head about it, but like, I really don't know the last time that like I made a memory without an ulterior motive, without being like, oh, well, let me capture this, or oh wait, do that again, like let me get that. I've really been challenging myself when I'm with my sister and my nephews to not have my camera around and keep those moments very to myself, and that has been really amazing. But I'm like, how I can't, like, I need to bring that practice into other parts of my life. Like, I need to go downstairs and be with my family and just not record them and just enjoy their company, or, you know, at a dinner, like, not, I don't know, not share everything, but I also want to share everything. So it's hard. I don't know. The next one is being too hard on myself. I feel like I really don't give myself enough grace or kindness, and that has been pretty evident the past like week. I'm just like, oh, like I'm just the negative self-talk in my head has been like, you're not doing enough, you're not posting enough, you're not creating content enough, you're not answering DMs enough, you're not answering comments enough, you're not. And I had one moment one day where I was like, wait, I should be proud of myself. And then like, just like that, it switched over to like, no, like you're not getting anything done. And like, she's getting so much more done and you're not doing anything. And it's just, yeah, it's all, these are all just things that I need to work on. And like I said, it might be relatable to you, or you might be like, yeah, like I do that too. Or you might be like, yo, this girl's weird, this girl's whack. But I think that the more that I journal and the more I talk about these things, the more aware I am of my self-talk. And I'm just like, no, like you can do this, and like you are doing it, and you're allowed to take a break, and you're allowed to, you know, not be on your game all the time. But I feel like to get there is to disconnect from the little demon that is social media that's telling you that you're not doing enough. Because if you stop looking at everyone else and what everyone else is doing, you are doing just fine, and you're doing great. Actually, not fine, you're doing great. Okay, the other thing that I've been struggling with is Black Friday. I know that part of what I do is the majority of what I do is outfit inspiration, and sales were great. But I also, as I was posting all these sales, I was like, why am I encouraging people to buy when they should be saving? But then I also know that people are in positions to buy, but then there are people not in position to buy, and it's like, I don't know. And then with COVID, it's like, yeah, like you're not going out many places, and so then why are we wearing, or why are we buying these things? But I don't know. It's just, it's been a lot, and I guess it's been a lot of internal struggles. The things that I've done to get myself through this and kind of just like work through it. Not that I've been like in a really bad spot, I don't know, but going through all these things and having these thoughts just like stay stagnant in your head, just like around and around and around, has really made me just like very unmotivated, very much so in a funk, very closed off, and like I don't, almost paralyzed. Like I don't know what to do because I just have these thoughts rumbling in my head. So yesterday, after I like made a list of the things that I do usually do and I acted on them, I journal, I write everything out, just like literally as my thoughts come out, I just write them out. And then I FaceTime. Sometimes I like want to go days without talking to anyone, and so I did. I've spent like the past week really not sharing any thoughts with anyone, but that really was more harmful to me, even though I felt like I needed to just, you know, do my own thing and like be in my own head for a little bit. It really is self-harm to yourself, because talking to someone else and getting someone else's perspective, whether they are like in line with you or they show you another way, like it just helps to break up those thoughts and let them expand and let some like new thoughts come in. So talking to my sister and my mom was really, really helpful, and just kind of venting to them. I clean my room often, because a clean space for me helps a clear mind, and making my bed every morning, making sure things are put away. I go for a drive. I go to Target sometimes just to walk around, and sometimes retail therapy does help. I listen to music. I love country music. I love kind of like a Leon Bridges, John Mayer, like decompress kind of music. I open my windows sometimes, like just getting really good cold fresh air. Depending on where you are right now, it might not be cold for you, but opening up your window, getting fresh air, leaving your room has helped me a lot. Just like going downstairs, going on walks, and listening to motivational podcasts has really, really helped me just kind of get myself out of a funk. And I don't think that any of these thoughts that I've shared with you will go away. Like I think I'm always going to struggle with being in the moment. I think I'm always going to struggle with the comparison, even though usually I have my blinders on. Sometimes it just sweeps in and it takes a hold of you, and you get stuck in that rut of thinking that you're not producing enough, or that you're not, you know, living as much as someone else is living. And it happens, but we need to do better, is to realize and recognize those moments and then act on ways to help yourself. And you are not alone. Like that, number one, you're not alone in whatever it is you're going through. Oh, I didn't mention it, but living at home, this is another thing, is that like living at home has been amazing, and there are so many perks of living at home, but sometimes I like want to scream, because there's so many different personalities. My dad can't really hear. My grandma cannot remember. She has, I never really shared this, but my grandma has Alzheimer's dementia, and it takes a toll on you, and it makes you really just like, and so I struggle with the internal of like sharing them and showing that they're so happy, but then I walk away and I'm like, you know, melting inside, because I'm like trying so hard to hold on to patience and have patience, but I'm like losing it. So that's kind of what's just been going on with me. And I know again that you might be going through something totally different, but the end message is that you're not alone, and no one on Instagram is showing the entire full picture, and everyone has their struggles, and everyone hits highs and lows at different times. So right now my low might be someone's really high, and that's okay. But when you compare, like, you're not even on the same plane, and you know, that's hard because you forget that you're not even on the same page. You're not even on the same book. But it's hard when you see them right at your screen and you're like, no, they're living the same exact day, and why are they in an amazing spot and I'm not? That's just not real. It's just not real. I guess that's it. We only have one life. Life is precious and life is beautiful, and we definitely need to do our best to see the light in each day. Even with 2020 being crazy, there are definitely silver linings. There are definitely, I mean, just the fact that if you're watching this, you have your health and you have your family, hopefully, even if you're not with them, like physically. I know I just said my family drives me crazy, but I would be lost without them. Oh wait, I have a giveaway. I have a giveaway. So the giveaway is a self-care giveaway because I feel like we need it. We have some masks from Loops right here. We have my favorite Kopari, the coconut scrub and body wash, and then my journal that I love to write in. Good things will happen. And then Ignite Your Light. This is Jolene Hart's book, and it's absolutely amazing. It just helps you recenter yourself. It's a sunrise to moonlight guide to feeling joyful, resilient, and lit from within. I wish I could give that to everyone, but make sure to enter, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know just your thoughts. I'd love to chat with you guys in the comments, and leave me your Instagram and your email so that I can contact you if you win. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next Vlogmas.